Hello again. So, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a part 2 of my last video, which is explaining the evolution of CPU. And now I'm gonna continue. So, let's start by talking about the Intel 8008. The Intel 8008 released in 1972 introduced several key advancements in processor design. It supported direct addressing, allowing the CPU to access a specified memory location directly. This was further enhanced by the use of vector tables, which map indices to memory addresses, enabling efficient data retrieval and management. One of the most significant innovations was the introduction of interrupts, which allow the processor to temporarily halt execution, handle urgent tasks, and then resume its previously operation. This feature was crucial for improving system and responsiveness and laid the foundation of the modern multitasking and device management. So by the year 1978, the Intel introduced the 8086, a 16-bit processor, and set the stage for the x86 architecture. One of its major that is set the stage or the improvements was an enhanced bus control system, which managed communication between the CPU and other hardware components, including memory and input-output or I/O devices. This architecture enabled more efficient data transfer and reduced bottlenecks. The 8086 also introduced a segment memory model, allowing it to address up to 1 MB of memory despite of 16-bit design. The memory was divided into four segments: flow, data, stack, and extra segment, each serving a specific function. The code segment stored program instruction, and the data segments held the variables. The stack segments managed the subroutine calls and temporary data. The extra segment provided additional storage flexibility. Function calls subprogram and procedures is relied heavily on operation. The stack operated on a last in first out principle or LIFO, meaning the most recent data push onto the stack. The most recent data, di ba ito? Ito una, tapos ito. The most recent data push onto the stack and the first to be retrieved, which is yung sa itaas kasi. Ito na yung huli, ito din yung makukuha. So the push and the pop instruction manage data storage and retrieval within the stack, ensuring the efficient function execution. However, improper stack management could lead to stack overflow, a condition where the excessive data push onto the stack exceeded its allocated space, potentially causing the program crashes or system instability or yung sunod-sunod na pag-i-stack. As the processor technology evolved, retrieves instruction set to computing IISc emerged as an alternative to the more complex instruction sets used by x86 processor RISC architectures focus on simplifying instruction, allowing for faster execution through techniques like pipelining, where you multiple instructions were processed simultaneously at different stages. This approach significantly improves the CPU efficiency and performance. Additionally, the increasing use of floating point numbers required specialized hardware, leading to the development of floating point unit or FPUs. FPUs to handle complex mathematical calculation more efficiently. These advancements contribute to the rapid growth in computing power, enabling modem and processing to handle complex computation with the greatest speed and reliability. The Memory Management Unit (MMU) is a critical hardware component that manage memory access, ensuring efficient allocation and translation of the virtual address into physical memory addresses. Plays vital role in enforcing memory protection, which prevents processes from accessing restricted memory area, thereby enhancing system stability and security. Memory protection is particularly important to the modern multitasking operating systems, where multiplication applications run simultaneously without interfering with each other. The kernel, the core of the operating system, controls low-level system operations such as memory management, process and scheduling, device database, and security mechanism. It operates in a privileged mode, ensuring the direct access to the system hardware while preventing unauthorized user application from being potentially harmed harmful action. So to enable software application to interact with the operating system efficiently, the developer's use application program or API or application program interface, a set of predefined function libraries and protocols. API standards standardize the way of application request service from the OS, such as file handling, network communication, and graphical rendering. The concept of abstraction is a fundamental to both hardware and software design, simplifying complex operation by providing high-level interfaces while hiding underlying technical details. For instance, visual memory is an abstraction to extend physical RAM using disk storage, allowing system to run larger application than available. Physical memory could typically permit. Virtual memory relies on paging where memory is divided into peak-sized blocks, pages, that are swapped between RAM and disk as needed, improving the system efficiency and preventing crashes due to the memory limitation. So in the domain graphical computing or lithograph is less commonly referenced. As it relates to the Lisa graph, it might be associated with Apple Lisa, one of the first personal computers featured a graphical user interface (GUI). Lisa development paved the way of the desktop publishing DTP software, revolutionizing document creation and layout by integrating advanced text formatting, image manipulation, and page design tools. DTP applications like Adobe InDesign and Microsoft Publisher became essential for professional printing, magazine production, and marketing material, allowing the user to create visually rich documents with precise control over the typography and graphics. Computing power has evolved significantly over time, transitioning from 8-bit ALUs and arithmetic logic units, which were used in early microprocessors like the Intel 8086 or the 32-bit architectures, when improved computational capabilities and expanded memory addressing. A 16-bit ALU could process data in a 16-bit chunks, limiting addressable memory to 64 KB per segment, whereas a 32-bit system expanded this capability, allowing to access to 4 GB of RAM and supporting more complex application. The IBM PC, released in 1981, became a milestone in computer history in standardizing personal computer architectures. It was powered by the Intel 8088 processor, an 8-bit data bus variant of 8086, and ran to MS-DOS, shaping the future to x86-based system. So, a major advancement followed with the Intel 80286, which introduced protected mode, significantly improving memory management and multitasking capabilities. Unlike the early real mode, which was limited to 1 MB of memory, protected mode enabled to access up to 16 MB of RAM, making it suitable for more advanced operating system. A key feature of 8286 architecture was the segment descriptor, a data structure that defined memory segments, including their base addresses and size and access permission. This segmentation mechanism improves security by isolating process and preventing unauthorized access to critical system areas. However, later processors like Intel 8386 shifted toward to the more pressing paging system, which became the standard modern of the operating system. This advancement in computer management, processing power, and software development laid the foundation of the modern computing. Today's system continue to build upon the technologies, leveraging 64-bit architecture, advanced virtualization, and sophisticated security measures to enhance performance and reliability and the user experience across the computing platforms. The evolution of software and hardware over time has led to significant improvements in computing, and initially word processors were designed mainly for basic text entry. As the computer powers increased, so did the functionality of this application. This transformation highlights how software adapts to take advantage of more powerful hardware. Early processors such as Intel 80386 introduced 32-bit architecture, which was the key step in enhancing memory address capabilities. This allowed for more efficient utilization of memory, which was crucial as the operating system application began to rely more heavily on memory management techniques. The major development in CPU design was instruction pipelining, which introduced multiple instructions to be processed simultaneously, minimizing idle CPU time. Pipeline increased throughout, making modern processors much faster. In particular, it reduced instruction set and computing RISC architectures benefited great from this technique as it enables processors to achieve higher clock speed and more efficient instruction execution. The sophistication of planning has been driving force behind the performance improvements we see in the CPU today. A processor's speed outpace a memory access time. Memory access become bottleneck. This gap to performance led to development of caching technology, which stores frequently accessed data closer to the CPU. By reducing the time it takes to retrieve time, caching significant improvements overall system performance. Excuse me. Over time, cache systems have become more complex. In the hierarchical structure, the optimization, the retrieval of the both instruction and data. The challenge of the memory access speed difference also led to the development of direct memory access or DMA, which allows other systems to punish access memory without involving the CPU. This elevates the load of the processor, improves overall system efficiency. As CPU continue to evolve, manual optimization of the code became less practical. Software tools and compilers were developed to automate code optimization, ensuring the efficiency of the CPU performance without requiring developers to manually adjust the hardware limitation. Looking ahead, the relationship between hardware and software will continue to shape the future of computing as the processors have been more and more advanced. And new methods of processing instruction, managing memory, and optimization of software will emerge. These advancements will drive innovation across various technology fields, ultimately making the system faster and more efficient. So now let's talk about how GPU works. So keep it simple, the evolution of GPU has focused on adding more core features aligning with the Moore's law. However, GPUs have now evolved beyond traditional graphical amplification to become cornerstone of the accelerated computing. This evolution is driven by growing need to vast computation power, especially in the areas like gaming, artificial intelligence, AI, and deep learning, where immense calculation are required. GPU accelerated computing thus become the standard for handling the immense demands of AI and deep learning. Traditional CPUs and their limited cores struggle to manage the complexity of the modern application, while GPUs with a parallel architecture are perfectly suited for the tasks like image recognition, natural language processing, and scientific simulation. These tasks involve trillions of matrix operation, and the GPU excels at performing such calculation. So let's move on to the SAP1. As simple as possible, so the SAP1 or the simple as possible is a basic microprocessors designed as educational tool to help students understand the core concept of the computer architecture, the assembly language programming. It is a 4-bit processor with a minimal set of instructions, making perfect starting to the point for learning how CPU performs tasks such as executing operation, fetching instruction, and handling data. The SAP1 architecture includes several essential components register like accumulator or the B register, which temporarily stores data during the operation, the program counter PC, which keeps track of the next instruction, address, the instruction, which keeps track of the next instruction, which is address, the instruction register, IR, which hold the current instruction being executed in the memory RAM from storing both data instruction, or arithmetic logic unit naman is to perform tasks like addition, subtraction, logical operation, while the control unit, CU, interprets the instruction and coordinate the operation. All of this is synchronized by a clock to ensure processes happen in the correct order. So the SAP1 instruction is set includes simple commands that processors executes one after another. Examples of instruction are LDA or load, which moves the data from the memory to the accumulator. Add for adding the memory values to the accumulator, sub for subtraction values to the accumulator also. Store to write the accumulator's contents back to the memory and HLT to stop the program. These instructions are typically 8 bits long with the first part representing the operation code or opcode and the remaining portion indicating the operand, which can be a memory address or a data value. A basic SACMA program to add two numbers stored in the memory demonstrate how the processor works. For the INSAP, if number 5 and 3 are stored in the memory location, X10 or X11, 0x11. The result to save 0x2. The program started by loading the number of 0x10 to the accumulator, then adds the number of the 0x11 to the accumulator, and the result of 8 is then stored in the memory location of 0x12, and the program ends. The processor performs this action by fetching each instruction from memory, decoding it to determine the required operation, and then executing it. The cycle repeats for each instruction until the program halts.